Hello everybody, welcome back to the shop for another exciting episode of Bob TV. Well guys, I got all this bob-0-nearing stuff done, and I have almost got these wings ready to glue together. Okay, now, oh, someone said, hey, I think you had that oleo on the other side. It don't matter, it's in the center, but that's why can't use the oleo. Gets in the way. But I found some struts without them, so they don't need them. But the gear fit in there nice. I can slide them back. That's about where I want them. Now I'm trying to shorten up the legs a little bit. This thing had some massive old long legs, and so I want to be able to move them gear forward, and I want them struts about an inch shorter. I'm going to shorten that nose gear just a little bit. Come on in the house, Amy. Come on. Okay. Now, back to my deal. Now, Jason, I understand your idea, and I kind of like that, except for the fact I don't know exactly what gear is all going to go in this at the moment. And if I do that wood this way with a piece of aluminum, you know, then someone wants some more gear and it don't fit, and you know, this way a guy can use any gear. You can even take them Skymaster gear and just extend this plate, put another plate on top of there, and you can still use the Skymaster gear with these if a guy wanted to. And that's where my flap servo goes. Okay, now I made templates, and I just screw these to a piece of wood and cut them out with my router. All these, everything's got templates. You know me. Everything's got templates, baby. And then I got a bunch of these templates done the other day. So I'm going to start laying up them parts. And this is how these go together. And then I kind of glued this part together so they won't be flopping around inside when I'm trying to glue. You know what I mean? So they're where I put them. But basically this is a landing gear mount, servo mounts all in one piece. Easy, nice, solid connection. This goes in there. It only goes in one way, so it can only go in the same way as that one. Okay, it goes right there. Bam. This one goes right there. Don't get much simpler than that. Keep her simple. You know what I mean? There, Vern. And things just work out a whole lot better. You know what I mean? But I want to glue this together. I already got these glued in place so they won't move. And them's the blocks for my hinges, for the flaps and the ailerons. I don't want none of that stuff moving when I'm putting these halves all together. So I'm going to go ahead and glue these together. Alright, got me some 2108. Okay, someone asked me if I use vacuum to get the bubbles out of my resin. No guys, I don't. I just mixed that up a couple minutes ago and don't have the bubble issue. And then someone else asked me how do I keep from getting pinholes under my primer? Basically that's why I start out with 3/4 or 3-ounce cloth. The smaller the holes, the less likely for pinholes. This is micro balloons. That's what makes your resin light, and cotton flock. That's what makes your resin strong. Okay. I'll put a little more micro balloons in it than resin, but you don't want to go overboard. You don't want to make it too thick, because then it don't penetrate into the wood. Okay, now I'm going to show you how to make this pastry bag one more time. Okay, but it kind of depends on how much resin I'm mixing. If I'm just mixing a small amount, a little bitty amount, and I want to make a little tiny pastry bag, I just use one piece of paper. The more resin I use, the more paper I use. Like tomorrow when I join these together, I'm going to make a big old pastry bag, so I'll use 4 or 5 sheets. For this amount right here, 2 sheets. Okay, don't put your resin too low. Okay, keep it up there and kind of towards that back side a little bit. Okay, you watching? Then you kind of see where that is. Fold it over. Touch that right there. Okay, get your nice funnel shape. And just roll her on over, baby. Okay, now if I'm making a whole bunch, I'll tear this off and put some tape across there, but just this much I don't need it. Probably mixed up way too much. I'm not actually going to fasten this down to the foam. I just want to glue them together so these parts ain't wiggling around when I'm trying to join these halves. Bam. Get a nice gush. Nice transfer of glue to the required surface area. That sounded pretty good. Oh boy, do we got a good football game coming up next week. Cowboys against Seattle. We'll watch Cowboys spank on Seattle. That's going to be a good one. Game of the year. Watch them Seattle boys go home crying. They're a little too showboaty for me. Them guys get a first down and they act like they wiped out the zombie apocalypse or something. Put me in a little resin, but man, you can just accurately put this glue anywhere you want it. And by adding the micro balloons, it makes your resin a lot lighter. Electric spoon won't stick out here. But to your pinhole question, underneath my primer, like on that fuselage, if you start out with 3-ounce cloth and then put your layer at a 9, you won't have no pinholes. Pinholes is caused from big glass, you know. But that's why I prime everything first. And I don't have that pinhole problem. You know? I had to cut the right one for that. That was for the other one. I'm going to have to cut that down a little bit. That's alright. I'll do that after we conclude today's video. Bam, that's just beautiful right there. That is just beautiful. I mainly want this to keep them bars straight up and down. I got this side marked. This is slow setting resin. So I'll have an extra hour to make. Okay, but I'll just put me a little weight on here. Let these bad boys set up overnight. It won't be too fat. This one's gonna be just right. Then I'll glue them together in the morning. See how this stuff moves around? I just don't want that. Don't want it moving around on me. There. Plus they'll be in the right spot. And fine. Bam. Cut me a new one. Cut me another, because this one goes on this side. And I got some glue down in there. I didn't clean it out very good, but I won't need to clean it out. I'll just cut it off. This one here. Just cut that corner out a little bit. And it will be fine. I got it marked right there on that piece of wood. I just need to cut it out right quick. And then I can join these wings in the morning. Huh? But I kind of like the way this flap servo goes. I mean, that's not that much weight, guys. You know, I got to glue something in there to hold it anyway. So might as well make it a good one. That wood there, you know, we could have got by with ingrained balsa out here, light ply, but I didn't want to make these out of light ply. You know, even though these metal rods, I JB welded them and bolted them, I just did not want to make them out of light ply. You know, and I did not, by cutting them out, you know, we're talking a few grams. So, you know, we can get by with that, and these wings will be tough, man. Tough, tough. Without too much overkill. Only a little bit. Only a little bit. Let me some glue right there. Bam. Alright guys, I'll get these things glued together early in the AM and make your video tomorrow evening. We'll pull these bad boys out of the mold. What do you say? Huh? Man, it seems like there's another question I need to answer. Hold on, let me go check. Well, I'm trying to answer a lot of questions, but sometimes I just get busy. Hold on. Okay, so it says, Bob, I enjoy watching your videos. I notice you do not have the video of you joining the wings halves together. Will you please show us how you do it? That was Ryan. First thing in the morning, buddy. Okay. See, when you poke holes in the foam, someone wants to know, do I just do it on the edges or everywhere. Guys, I just go, you know, about every 3-4 inch pattern. I go over the whole thing. If I cut all my wings at the same time, I stack them up. And I got kind of a fat needle. You know, it's a little bit fatter than your average needle, you know, with the T-handle needle. A little bit fatter than that. It's the needle I actually use for unclogging my CA. But I go every 3 inches, you know, and poke holes. There's got to be, you got to let air out, and you got to let extra resin out. Okay, let's keep going. Oh, okay, yeah, here's someone wants to know if I'm using my vacuum pot to remove the air bubbles out of the resin. No, guys, I don't do that. I ain't got time for that. You just don't need to. You know, I don't anyway. I don't have air bubble issues. Okay? Oh, someone wanted to know if my gear doors were flattening my molds. No, guys, when you put these in a bag, it's equal pressure all the way around. It don't distort them. But I did. Pulled them out of the mold. Bam. Got them trimmed this morning. Got them trimmed up this morning. Went around the edges. That's a nice gear door right there, baby. Nice and rigid. Of course, I'll have to put I'm gonna put a bulkhead across the front, but the real ones did too. That little bulkhead right there. But a nice rigid door. Nice clean, no voids, no pinholes. And just prime your molds first, guys. Then they come out looking like that. That's ready to paint, man. But I haven't trimmed my edges. This is the big door. You know, it goes over the strut. It just hinges on one side. And this covers my flap servo. Same thing, just trim that foam back. On these gear doors, I'll take my thin Bondo, you know, and go on them edges, and you know, scrape out what I can. Then I'll wrap a piece of sandpaper around the little block like this, and sand them, and I get really nice looking clean edges. Looks really good. It'll look good once I get it all in there and get it all painted up. All these A4s had these painted red right here, so you don't walk under it and hit your head. So you can see them. But this one here, I haven't cut nothing out yet. It's still all in one piece. But it's kind of a pain to mold that in there. I mean, it ain't bad. It don't take long. But I am going to get me a pair of gloves. My hands don't get so hot. But I know I'm still rolling, guys. I'm still here. I'm still rolling. And I need to get that piece of wood cut out. And I'll make a video in the morning. I'm going to have my coffee and I'm going to mix up some resin and we're going to glue these together. My buddy Dave's in town. I'm going to barbecue a brisket tomorrow, smoke it. I'm going to put that dude on the smoker about 9:30, 10 o'clock in the morning. By 6 o'clock, I'll have the best brisket you ever ate. Oh, I got this brisket in my smoker down, baby. Oh, yeah. My brisket is the bomb. You're thinking you're eating prime rib. It's that good. But I'll be back tomorrow. Same Bob time. Same Bob station. Oh, and hey, Calvin, go look in my favorites. I uploaded your video, that block you video. All you guys go look at it. Anyone that gets blocked gets a copy of that video. It's that CeeLo Green Blank You song. These guys redid the words. Oh, it's funny. It's in my favorites. Go look. Calvin, Take notice to that song there. See you guys back in the shop.